guys, this is a first walkthrough video of our recent purchase. This is hopefully going to become a 6-bed HMO. The plan is to go in the property, completely gut everything out. So let's head on in. I'll quickly explain what we plan to do. Let's go. So this is the entrance hallway. I've got this surveyor here today, Dale, who's doing a damp and timber survey. From the looks of things, the walls and the plaster are in pretty good condition. So come on into bedroom number 1. This is currently a living room, as we can see, but the proposal will be to completely remove all the plaster, ideally take the chimney breast out, because the big important thing with these rooms is we want to make sure that the customer, i.e. the tenant, has as much space to operate and live in. So this just helps take more space out of the room. I think we'll probably have an ensuite in this corner, and so it'll be a sink, shower and a toilet unit. And then we'll also have a set of wardrobes and chest of drawers. The feel will probably be to just try and make this room as pleasant, airy as possible with the light. Likely have some carpets in there as well. So that's the proposal for this room. Let's head on to the kitchen diner. So here we have this open plan space. Again, you can currently see it's used as like a dining room, kind of like a halfway spot. The proposal is again to completely take all of this out, get rid of the dated features. Once we have skimmed all the walls, we'll install a kitchen and like a dining space, washing machines, double stacked ovens, etc. Everything seems to be in a decent condition. There are usually patches of damp which we could expect to see under certain windows. So we've got Dale, the surveyor, here today, just going through that, and I'll get a report. I am thinking, just in here, you'll see is like under stair storage and a cupboard. These walls are pretty hollow and probably can come out with some ease. So what we could do is completely take this out, so that when we come on into the kitchen, it is actually a big open plan space for the tenants to utilize. Now into the current kitchen, you can see, again, pretty dated. This will all be coming out for us to benefit from putting a brand new spanking kitchen in for the tenants. We also have a very big chimney breast here. So again, just to kind of maximize as much space as possible, very likely that this will be coming out. You can probably have 2 stacked washer dryers in here just for the tenants to benefit from also. In terms of this door, we'll probably keep that where it is, just again keeping the open plan space. And then from this point onwards will likely become a 2nd bedroom, following on from the 2nd one at the front of the property. I'll quickly take you guys through to the garage. Bit of interesting one, this one. So the issue with this is you can see the floor is pretty sloping, and you can see here they've had some damp proof courses in the past. What happens is, I would say the kitchen floor probably runs from about this level here throughout, but as you can see, there's a good ½ meter height difference. So what we need to do, because the basement floor runs like low level here and the kitchen floor runs at this level, the height of this wall will probably need to be increased, probably 10 courses of bricks. That way roof height will be increased, and we can also benefit from having a bedroom in a garage. The next thing is, obviously this property has a bit of a limited space in terms of outdoor space for the tenants. Unfortunately, this is just what we have to work with, but nonetheless we'll be able to make it a pleasant space for tenants to use as a smoking area or have some breakfast in the summer as well. Let's go into the garage. Now, just before we go in, this is going to be probably the most interesting part about this project, because we are converting a garage, which is basically an extension that we've not had to pay for, into a bedroom. So let's go in. I'll quickly talk you through the plans, and we'll see as we go through the project. Going back to what I was saying about the floor, we can see here there's an air brick, which just tells me that there is a timber floor probably just above, and this brick is just allowing the underfloor space to be ventilated. So the plan will be, in this room, from probably about here where the floor in the kitchen lines up, we'll install a raised access floor. So when you're in the kitchen, we'll open up this will probably be a door into this bedroom. Then this will be raised floor kind of all the way through, so it'll be a level access. Once we raise the walls, change the windows, the ceiling height will be also increased. We'll insulate the walls to make sure whoever's in here is cozy and snug. It's not cold for them in whatever way. Then that will take us all the way as we go back towards the garage as we came in. And then the plan will be likely to either keep this part from the door onwards as a lower level, so we don't have to keep raising this up, and that way we also wouldn't have to change the garage door, but that's yet to be confirmed. Just come to the back of the property. I just wanted to show you from a different angle. So as you can see, here is just the garage entrance to go into what is the back bedroom. We can obviously leave it as it is and just decorate, or we can continue to raise everything up to the back and potentially put a window in here. Again, this is going to come down to when we're speaking with the local authority, building control and the HMO officer. We're led by their guidance. So if they tell us, yes, we can do something, or if we do that, then we need to put a planning application in, we're always going to go for the most simple of process. This is hopefully going to be my first conversion. I don't need any kind of stress. I want it to go plain sailing all the way through and get this done. So That's the back of the property. Pretty good because we have like a back alleyway here, so it'll be probably good for once we're on site, having skips, deliveries, etc., all through the back. That's the back courtyard space. Let's probably head back into the house and then we'll head upstairs as well. So now we're on an upstairs first floor landing. I very quickly want to just take you through the proposal here because it's quite interesting. You can see here we've got quite a lot of space. So the proposal is to go up into the loft for another bedroom, which is going to be like a dormer extension. So the plan will be to have a staircase which we come here and then go all the way up to another room. This architect's coming to the property later today just to see how feasible that is in terms of space, etc. So that's the last bedroom. Let's go into the first on the first floor. So here we can see very big room. Usually we would probably knock out one of these chimney breasts, but this is very much one of those points where if we get tight on budget, we'll need to value engineer, which is basically cut some costs back in the project. This is definitely one of the areas where we can afford to leave the chimney breast in, probably make a bit of a feature from it once it's plastered. There will likely be an ensuite, probably closer to this side because there's a bedroom next door and we can just benefit from pipe work, etc. from next door. I like this room a lot because you can see a lot of natural light coming into the bedroom. So I'm personally big on original features. I feel like we should retain some of these assets where possible, subject to the damp and timber survey. We have some of these original 1800 skirting boards. Yes, they don't look the best today, but once we get them stripped back and kind of well looked after, there might be a good feature. Another thing I've noticed is it seems at some point they would have had some sort of matting on the floor. Timber floor seems pretty sound and solid, but you can see here it's likely the edge of a mat, which they would have just always had this exposed. Let's head on to number 4. You can see that at some point they've had some damp work or something's happened to this chimney breast where they've replastered it. There's also patches in this corner where they've done some sort of repair. So I need to just ask the solicitors to ask the vendors what's happened here. That's why we can see there's a bit of tarp on the floor. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue, but it's just something for me to remember to ask later on. The plan for this, again, pretty similar to room next door. It is a decent sized room, so we may not need to take out the chimney breast. Again, it's an option for value engineering. Likely to have an ensuite in one of the corners, subject to what the architect recommends. And then there'll be a chest of drawers, a wardrobe, and a bed as well. Not forgetting the desk. Pretty simple in terms of the layout, but what we'll try to do is just be creative with our interior design to benefit from the local market and people trying to get some of these rooms to just make sure we can achieve some of the highest rents possible. So the plan is, because this is a toilet / WC, I'm thinking to create another door from this point. Therefore, everything from here onwards will be the bedroom with an ensuite. So very quickly, we can see in here, we have the existing toilet, pretty small, but because the pipe work and everything is already there, it will allow us to do what we need to with creating this as an ensuite. Alternatively, we can relocate it and put it in another corner. Again, another VE possibility, we'll be removing this chimney breast. If we can keep it, it just keeps the cost down. Weirdly, in some of these properties, you have boilers in bedrooms. Not advised because there's gas here. If there's a gas leak, someone's sleeping here, I don't need to explain too much. It's just not safe. This will definitely be coming out, relocated downstairs in the kitchen, open plan space. So we'll just actually come outside just to get some typical defects and talk through some of the issues outside as well. You can see at one point they've painted this windowsill. They've not used the correct paint, or it's just very dated. So we'll definitely be stripping all of this back to make sure it's looking brand new, clean and tidy. The front garden is pretty much low maintenance. Other than us having to jet wash this area, I don't think there'll be too much work needed. We'll likely just be changing this color as well as the ones above, just to give the property a different feature. Bay windows, a very key part for these. We'll be making sure the pointing between the bricks is just intact to prevent rainwater dropping down the wall and inside the property, creating damp. Also, you can see the timber work up there is kind of warped a bit, so we'll look at that and the flat roof just to ensure there's no issues there. Windows seem to be pretty much in serviceable condition. Once we've got the survey report back, just checking on condition of those, we'll be able to understand the age of them and whether we need to replace them. We can put acoustic glass just because we are on the front of the property to prevent the person sleeping inside having to hear the noise and cars going by. To be honest, it's not the busiest of roads, so we may be able to get away with that. All comes down to budget and we'll be able to decide whether that's what we actually want to do. Obviously just change the front of this, likely put a new front door on just to give the property a good look from the high street, and that's pretty much it at the front. All right guys, so that was a wrap up, just taking you through the property. Hopefully you can see that this property is going to be a very big transformation. The family that's lived here has been here for 20+ years. Thankfully we've got offer accepted. It's not mine yet, but I wanted to get you guys in, have a look and feel for what we're going to do very early on. Upcoming videos will obviously be taking you through the refurbishment, understanding what we're going to do, any pain points we encounter. Thank you so much for your time today. If you're interested, please follow, like and subscribe just to be able to stay in the loop and understand what the hell we're getting up to. I've been Kelvin. Speak soon.